Hi everyone, I'm Sunny and today's pick a card reading is a yes or no pick a card in regards to your friend, whether your friend dislikes you or not. So I have 5 piles you guys can choose from left to right. I have pile 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you need more time, stop the video. Otherwise, skip to the timestamp in the description and I'll see you at your pile of your choice. So I will start with pile number 1. I totally messed up earlier. I was thinking of what to say and I was like, Okay, so pile number 1, you guys have the Knight of Wands upright, so this is a yes for you. Your friend in particular, the particular friend you're thinking about does dislike you. It's possibly a male or someone that has a lot of fire in them. Possibly a fire sign, but I do think overall there's someone that's like on the youthful side, maybe younger than you compared to like age-wise, to you and age-wise, sorry. And I do feel there's someone that I feel like if they talk to you, like if they talk to sorry, if they talk to you or they talk about you, I'm just gonna try to slow down because I'm so excited. Maybe this person's like that. They're very excitable, but I do feel that if they are someone, I was just about to get to that if they are someone that's speaking, they speak brashly or very like without a filter, or it's just kind of like speed, go, go, go. Like they might not necessarily always think properly of how some things can be reworded, so they're not as harsh, for example. So it can be like that. Like that's the kind of particular person they are if they dislike you. This is a yes, but like more or less so you get a idea, right? That's the kind of person they are. There's someone that is very confrontational and forward, like they're very direct, so you might get a little bit sensitive when it comes to how they speak to you, and that's why I think you kind of just have a hint, like maybe they're just like mean, a little rude, curt, when it comes to how they approach you in conversation and stuff like that. So this is just a confirmation for you as a yes, or whatever other message you're getting from this particular card is going to be relevant to your situation only. So, do use your interpretation for this card. Next, I have pile number 2. Pile number 2, you guys have the Hermit upright. So this is a yes. Your friend in your mind is disliking you, or it kind of does dislike you. Likely this person is going to be someone that's older, or someone that, if they are a man, they are someone that has more like facial hair. It does feel like they have, even if it's a female, they can have facial hair too, but I mean, overall I'm talking about like hair texture. There's someone that's probably like straight hair texture, maybe wavy, but it feels more on the straight side. What's it called, salt peppered kind of hair. There's someone that's more mature, someone that's older than you in comparison to age, and possibly even taller than you. They do seem a bit of like a recluse, or someone that's like awkward, or just like very selective when it comes to how they speak or who they speak. That's where they might dislike you, because you might be a little bit more open when it comes to conversations with people, or like being open to people and connections. It feels like that, where it's like you might not vibe in the same way, and that's why they might be a little bit judgier of you, or like not so much judgy, but I feel more so that they might school you. I want to say this way because I don't know why I keep thinking of Professor Snape here. Imagine someone that's knowledgeable and wise, but they're a bit snobby, or like a bit like they want to be an intellectual superior. It feels like that. It feels like someone that possibly could even be a little bit more covered up, like wears hoodies, or someone that just doesn't seem to be so much into like appearances of like how they dress. Like they might be more a little bit basic. They might not put so much effort into it, solely because it's just not necessary for them. So that's more or less the vibe I get. Whatever other message you get from this is going to be relevant to you, but this is just a yes. So next, I have pile number 3. You guys have the Judgment card reversed. So for you, this person that you're thinking about, this friend, does not like you, does not dislike. Let me say this because I'm saying it. I feel like I'm getting myself mixed up. This is a no, they do not dislike you. There you go. So for this person, maybe because it might be a little bit more hypercritical of you, they might just pick, there you go, not peek. They might pick at you a little bit more in terms of how you are, maybe your appearance. I feel like they're more critical of your appearance or your mannerisms, or like maybe example like your hygiene, like why aren't you washing your hands more often, or why didn't you clean the desk, or why didn't you clean the counter properly, or like why didn't you throw the trash. Like it might be a little bit irritating for you, but they're not specifically disliking you as a person. They're just like that. That's their personality, and that's equal to everybody. So if you're just assuming that this person's just pinpointing, like fixating, there you go, fixating themselves on you, this is like, don't worry about it, like that's just them. That might just be you in the spot, in the time frame that they noticed you, right? Something that you noticed, that's something that they saw you do. Sorry, I had to take a water break. I do think that this person also might be like critical of, for example, like the people that you associate with, or like your friends, or they might be like judging that aspect if it's not like an appearance or like habit kind of thing, and that might irk you. So you might assume that this person just dislikes you too, but no, this person's, like I said earlier, it's just not like that. Don't take it too personal. They're just, it feels like there's someone that's a little bit more grumpy or like easily irritated by a lot of things, and that's okay. There's something wrong with people like that. They just, they might have a little bit more responsibilities, or they might just be someone that's a little bit more judgmental or hypercritical of even themselves, right? So I do feel that possibly this can go either way if it's like a female or male, but they might judge you for either one, being like with too many people around you, and like just like not necessarily being like a party animal, but like someone that like is always like with friends and stuff, and that's where they might kind of pick at you. Or because you're alone, you're like, why don't you socialize, or why don't you do this? Like they might want to do that, or they themselves are like that, where it's like they want to be the center of the attention, but they can't because you are, for example. So it can be like that. It can be maybe some jealousy in there, but maybe envy, but not so much dislike of you as a person. They're still okay with you, but they still want to nitpick at a lot of the things that you are. So thank you, pile number 3. Next is pile number 4. You guys have the hangman upright. I had to make sure, yes, it's upright. I always get confused with the hangman because he's upside down naturally, so I'm always like, is he upside down or is he like straight? So for this card, I think that overall your answer is a yes. This friend does dislike you. I think that either this person that you're thinking about is either flaky, or someone that kind of keeps a lot of their actual thoughts to themselves and just says like nice things, right? Like it's a little bit passiveness, or they themselves think that you are like this, where it's like, you feel differently than what you're actually saying. You're just appeasing the masses, appeasing everybody around you, just to play fair, just to play like peace, like it just feels like they are you, but possibly they themselves don't like to stir the pot too much, only because they have a lot to say, a lot of mean things to say about people, because they are very I just feel they're a lot more rude than they lead on. But they do feel like there's this airiness of like always changing their mind, so they can't stick to one specific opinion. It's like they might feel one way this way, but then the next day they might feel a different way, so it's kind of like that. So they don't do much about it. They just kind of take it. So it's like, imagine that you're associating with them, whether it's like a friend, like that's close, or a distant friend, but imagine yourself associating with them, and it's like you kind of know that they don't really do much to change their environment when they're not happy about it, but you can pick up on these clues. I think you're very well intuitive about the fact that they're not exactly calm or happy and content, because they want things to be in their favor, and it's not always like that. So maybe it's like that. It's kind of that vibe, and that's why they dislike you. I'm sorry for the glare. Oops. But yeah, I do feel that this person that you're thinking about, that's a friend, does dislike you. If you have a different message, you're more than welcome to take that message, because you have your own interpretation as well. So thank you, number 4. Yes? 4. So pile number 5, last but not least, you guys have the 2 of Cups reversed. Right, there you go. So this is a no. The person in your mind does not the friend, sorry, I keep wanting to say person, but the friend that you're thinking about does not dislike you. There is love there, but there might be a little bit more focus on themselves. Maybe that's why you get the hint that they might dislike you, but overall this person puts their feelings first. They might be a bit independent. They might be someone that's not very, I guess they might be a little bit more selfish, and that's all right. Everybody has their moments, but I think overall you kind of pick up that this person's always putting themselves first. It's like they never actually ask you, what's your opinion on this? Or how do you feel about this thing? And it's like, because you hang out like that, like you can always tell that they're not going to be considerate. For example, if you, I keep saying example, if you guys go out to eat and you have like certain dietary restrictions, or you're just not feeling well that day, and they're like, well, we're gonna go eat some spicy like food, and you're like, well, it's because I don't want to mess with my stomach, and they don't care. Like they're like, well, you can just pick something lighter, you know. They can be like that friend, you know. So I do think that this particular friend might not always take you into consideration. They don't dislike you, but they just might put their needs first, you know, and that can kind of give you that idea, maybe because it's happened so frequently that you're like, well, I don't think this person really means well, but they're just not used to actually putting others at an equal pedestal like they are. And maybe they might have you as a friend to kind of remind them of that, like, hey, like, you know, you should consider other people. That's what real friends do, stuff like that. But you know, you have to be more vocal about it. But it does feel like they're the kind of friend. Sorry, they're the kind of friend that does have more trouble, maybe whether it's consciously or subconsciously, into taking others' considerations. I know this is like a cup energy, but it feels more like they might be a little bit more, icy. So maybe like they don't let much on, or if they're not someone that's like that too much, it could be more or less someone that's reserved, but they still don't they don't allow you to come in, and that's why you assume that they dislike you, because it's like that. Not knowing doesn't help. If they don't speak up their mind, it doesn't help, right? So that's why you might have that thought of like, I wonder if this friend actually considers me someone as a friend, like that they actually like. But this is a no. Like, they don't dislike you. They're just not. That's not their strong suit, or they're just a very selfish person, or they're just someone that's very like independent. Like, they don't put other people first. That's the kind of friend they are. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. So please subscribe to my channel, and bye-bye, everybody.